Police officer Jennifer Hayes had walked the same downtown beat for 8 years, always passing the homeless man who sat by the subway entrance. When she finally stopped to help him during a winter storm, she discovered he was Dr. Marcus Webb, a missing nuclear physicist who held the key to exposing a government cover-up that could change everything. Jennifer Hayes was a 34-year-old experienced police officer who had been serving in the Boston Police Department for 12 years. She had been patrolling the same route in the downtown area for 8 years: Commonwealth Avenue, Park Street, Downtown Crossing. She knew every corner, every street, even every homeless person. There were several homeless people Jennifer saw regularly on her route. One of them was a middle-aged man who sat in the same spot every day by the subway entrance. His hair was disheveled, his beard long, and he wore an old military jacket. He usually talked to himself and sometimes drew strange shapes on the ground. Other police officers called this man Crazy Marcus because he constantly mumbled meaningless things. Formulas are wrong, radiation levels too high, people must know, and similar sentences. Jennifer had never spoken to Marcus. She would just glance and pass by. There were hundreds of homeless people in Boston, and it was impossible to try to help them all. In December 2024, a severe winter storm hit Boston. The temperature dropped to -15 degrees, and the city was covered in white. When Jennifer went out on night patrol, she was trying to direct homeless people who were at risk of freezing to shelters. When she came to the subway entrance, she saw Marcus in his usual place, but this time the man was shivering and looked very pale. He was sitting on the snow, tightly wrapped in his old jacket. Jennifer stopped. The man could really freeze. "Sir, if you stay here, you'll freeze," Jennifer said. "I can take you to the shelter." Marcus looked up. For the first time, they made eye contact. The man's eyes were very intelligent and clear. There was no sign of madness. I'm not safe," Marcus said in a trembling voice. "They're looking for me." Jennifer thought this was a symptom of paranoia. "Who's looking for you?" "It's better if you don't know," Marcus said. "But if you help me, you can save thousands of people's lives." Jennifer thought he was joking or being sarcastic, but she saw the man was serious. "What's your name?" she asked. Marcus hesitated. "Everyone calls me Marcus." "Your real name?" Marcus looked around, as if someone was listening. "Dr. Marcus Webb," he whispered. This name sounded familiar to Jennifer, but she couldn't remember where she'd heard it. "Dr. Webb, I need to take you to the shelter. You'll freeze here." Marcus stood up. He had lost a lot of weight. Jennifer put him in the police car. On the way to the shelter, Marcus said, "You seem like a good person. Maybe I can trust you." "About what?" "Something very dangerous. People are dying and nobody knows." Jennifer considered this conversation as a mental health issue. After leaving Marcus at the shelter, she forgot about it. But the next day, something stuck in Jennifer's mind. Where was the name Dr. Marcus Webb familiar from? When she got home, she searched on the internet. And she found the shocking result. Dr. Marcus Webb was a nuclear physics professor at MIT. He had mysteriously disappeared 3 years ago. His family had filed a missing person report. The FBI had opened an investigation, but no trace was found. Jennifer researched deeper. Dr. Webb had been working on government projects before he disappeared. He was an expert in nuclear energy and radiation. This can't be a coincidence, Jennifer thought. Could homeless Marcus really be the missing doctor? Webb? The next day, Jennifer went to the shelter. She found Marcus. "Doctor Webb, I need to talk to you." Marcus panicked. "How do you know that name? Are you really the missing Dr. Marcus Webb?" Marcus looked around. "We can't talk here. It's too dangerous." Jennifer took him to a quiet corner. "Tell me the truth. What's going on?" Marcus took a deep breath. 3 years ago, I was working at Brookhaven National Laboratory. There was a government project, Project Kalos. What was this project? Officially, new energy source research. But in reality, they were conducting human experiments. Jennifer was surprised. What kind of experiments? They were testing radiation effects. They said there were volunteers, but in reality, They were kidnapping homeless people and using them as test subjects. This is a very serious accusation. I had the evidence. Documents, photos, test results. I had everything. Where are they now? In a secret place, but they discovered me. I had to escape from the laboratory. Jennifer thought this might be a delusion. Dr. Webb, can you prove these accusations? Marcus pulled out an old ID card from his pocket. It had his photo and Dr. Marcus Webb, Brookhaven National Laboratory, written on it. Jennifer was shocked. This man really was the missing scientist. Why haven't you come forward for 3 years? Because they tried to kill me. They raided the house, chased me from the laboratory. The only way out was to hide my identity. Living as homeless. It was the safest place. Nobody pays attention to homeless people. Jennifer was confused. This was a very big claim. Dr. Webb, if this is true, why didn't you go to the police? Because the project is protected at the government level. There could be their people in the FBI, CIA, even local police. Why do you trust me? Because you treated me like a human being, and I have no choice left. Jennifer had to make a decision. Either this man was really crazy, or he was in the middle of one of the biggest conspiracy theories. Where is the evidence? In an abandoned warehouse in Salem. But going there is very dangerous. Jennifer decided to take the risk. Take me there. That evening, Jennifer took Marcus to Salem in her personal car. It was an old industrial area outside the city. Marcus took her to an abandoned warehouse. Inside, there was an old locker, and Marcus pulled out a hidden box from behind the wall. The box was full of folders, full of documents, photos, and USB drives. Jennifer examined the documents. Official government seal, scientists' signatures, test results. Everything looked real. The most shocking were the photos. People lying on laboratory tables with radiation measuring devices on their bodies. They all looked homeless. What happened to these people? Jennifer asked. Most died from radiation poisoning. Their bodies were burned. Jennifer felt her stomach turn. How many people? More than 200 in the last 3 years. This number shocked Jennifer. And nobody knows? They were all homeless people. Nobody looked for them. Jennifer now understood the truth. This man had really discovered a horrible conspiracy. What should we do? We need to give these documents to the media. But first, we need to be safe. Just then, the warehouse door opened. 3 men in black clothes entered. They had guns. Dr. Webb, it's been a long time, said one of the men. Marcus whispered to Jennifer, "Run." Jennifer's police training kicked in. She drew her gun. "Boston police, drop your weapons." The fight began. Jennifer fought the men while protecting Marcus. The warehouse was dark and like a maze. Jennifer called for backup on the radio. 10 to 13. Officer needs assistance. Salem Industrial District. She and Marcus managed to escape from the warehouse, but the men followed them. A car chase began. While Jennifer was driving toward Boston, she saw black SUVs coming after them. "Who are these people?" she shouted. "Project Kalos security team. They were sent to kill me." Jennifer called for help on the police radio. Backup units took them under protection. The black SUVs retreated when they saw the police. Jennifer took Marcus to a safe place, Boston Police Headquarters. She explained the situation to FBI liaison officer, Agent Sarah Chen at the station. "These are very serious accusations," said Agent Chen. "Can I see the evidence?" Jennifer gave the documents she had received from Marcus. Agent Chen's face changed as she examined the documents. "This is real, and this is very big." "How big?" "Federal level. I need to report to Washington immediately." 2 days later, the FBI raided Brookhaven Laboratory. Illegal experiment laboratories were found in the secret section. Thanks to Dr. Webb's documents, 15 people were arrested. Among them were the laboratory director, government official, and project coordinator. The media called the scandal the Project Kalos scandal. It caused a great stir nationwide. Marcus regained his identity and returned to his position at MIT. He was now safe. Jennifer was treated as a hero. The Boston Police Department gave her a Medal of Courage. "Officer Hayes," Marcus said, "if you hadn't helped me that night, the deaths of 200 people would never have been exposed." Jennifer said, "I just did my job." "No, you did much more. You protected humanity." Today, Jennifer still patrols the same route. But now she talks to every homeless person, listens. "None of us can know what's hidden behind people who seem normal," she says. Marcus now works for whistleblower protection programs. He helps other scientists expose illegal projects. "The truth, no matter how dangerous, must be exposed," he says. Jennifer's story is shown as an example in police training programs. Every citizen matters. Every story should be listened to. Because sometimes the ordinary-looking person on the street may be hiding the world's most important secrets. And sometimes a police officer's simple humanity can save hundreds of lives.